It is time to stop overanalyzing your childhood and to start living. We all know that there are benefits that come with understanding more about our childhood. It helps us to understand why we are the way we are and why we react the ways that we do. But there is also a point where overanalyzing your childhood brings you to the point where you actually stop living your life and it becomes destructive. We start overanalyzing our childhood because we have this idea that the more that we know about it, the more healed we will become. And to an extent, learning about your childhood can be extremely beneficial, but only for one reason. Not to necessarily know more about the bad things that happened to you. That will only make you feel like more of a victim. But for you to have the realization that that was then, and this is now. That happened to you, but that was not your fault. Certain realizations like that will benefit you, but just the awareness of your childhood, of how crappy it was, and how it makes you a victim doesn't help you. We can become addicted to overanalyzing our childhood. If you've listened to my podcasts before or my videos before where I talk more about psychology and understanding your own psychology better, I speak on how it actually became destructive for me because just learning your psychology does not benefit you. It can actually make things way worse for you. You just learn more about your problems instead of actually moving past them. And for a lot of people, when we overanalyze the childhood, it's more common for us to actually stay stuck in our problem area rather than get out. It's more common for us to almost dig a deeper hole in our mental health issue or what we're struggling with rather than get out. And the reason is because we keep learning and reaffirming this message to ourselves that we had a bad childhood, therefore bad consequences came from that to ourselves, to our mental health, to our life. That doesn't serve you. It becomes obsessive. I'm going back to the point that I was just making. I'm sorry, I got a little bit off track there. Now, it's very easy to become obsessed with learning about our childhood because it makes us feel validated. And that feels good, especially if we didn't have that when we were younger. The satisfaction you get from validation compared to the satisfaction of actually healing, it's not enough. Overanalyzing your childhood just for validation is not enough. You will get satisfaction from the validation, but then you will continue to live your life with the negative consequences that came from your childhood. Overanalyzing is not going to help you. Overanalyzing makes you obsessed. Overanalyzing causes you to stop living your life you get to live now. And you might say, how can I live my life if I have all of this healing to do? This doesn't mean to end the healing. I'm not against healing. My entire thing is healing. You might be reading the books or doing the things that are going to help you with that healing, and a lot of that can involve you figuring out more of your childhood to figure out why you are the way you are. But the point is, figure it out, but stop ruminating. Stop overanalyzing on it. I want you to heal, and having awareness is an incredible tool to help you heal, but you don't have to remember your childhood in order to heal. I have a video on that you can click here I just made. Awareness is a powerful tool to help you heal. Overanalyzing is a powerful tool to keep you stuck. If you're at the point where you're obsessively overanalyzing, you know enough already. You don't need to learn more about your guardian's patterns. You don't need to learn more about what happened to you. You don't need to learn more details. If you have been obsessing about it, you know enough already to heal. But obsessing can put a pause on healing. Obsessing can give us this idea that we're healing and that we're being productive and we're doing the right thing and we're consuming more knowledge about ourselves and about our childhood, so therefore we can only go up from here. But often it's actually like a distraction. It keeps you stagnant, it can keep you stuck, and it can keep you in this hole that you almost dig more of when you obsess over it more. Again, awareness is a powerful tool, but obsessively overanalyzing puts you back into victimization, keeps rewiring your mind and sending this message you're affirming to yourself that you are broken and that you had a messed up childhood, therefore you're a messed up person and it's going to be very difficult for you to heal because of this childhood. You're affirming these things to yourself and it's not benefiting you. It's like you're trying to bypass actual healing and living your life by just learning. It's not helping you, it's making you feel worse. But this should feel relieving to you because you don't have to read all those books. Yes, read them for fun. I read them. I love them. Listen to those podcasts for fun. I listen to them. I love them. Learn about psychology for fun. I love to do that. That's no problem. Obsessing over how bad your life was then will only continue to make your life bad now. You can still live now. You can still enjoy your life now. Yes, healing should be a priority for almost everybody. Healing helps us to be a better person in society, and to feel better in this life. It should be a priority, but you can still live now, and overanalyzing is not serving you. You guys know I love talking about emotional healing. This is what I help people with. But you're not healing when you're obsessing over your childhood. You're putting a pause on your life, feeling more like a victim. You're feeling crappier about yourself and your life, and you're building resentment, and you're not actually getting to where you want to go. Most of the time when we overanalyze our childhood, we develop really intense resentment towards those who hurt us. Sometimes it flips, it transmutes the other way, where we realize that hurt people, but for the most part, it manifests and it transmutes into resentment. And resentment is so terrible for the body. It's so terrible for your life. It doesn't serve you, and it doesn't take control over the situation. If you're finding yourself struggling with that, I did make a video on that you can watch, that I will put on the screen. If you don't want to overanalyze your childhood anymore, and you actually want to move past it, and you want to rid that resentment, you want to actually live your life now, this is what I help people with. And I do offer one-on-one coaching. And I don't know if it's out yet. It might be out soon, but I will be offering one-on-one voice note coaching. I have to finalize the details of that. But if you click on the calendar below, you can see one-on-one coaching options if this is something you're struggling with. If you feel like I could help you and you want additional help, only if you intuitively know, because our bodies already know what's going to help us heal, you can book a session with me there. I do offer one-on-one coaching where I help people with this, with the emotional processing, the perspective shifts, the trauma healing, without overanalyzing the pains of our past, but moving past it at a faster speed than we expect, because we're not spending hours ruminating on the pains, but we're spending the time working through it and processing it out of the body. That's what I help people with. That's what I love to do. I began with being obsessed with psychology. And I wanted to be a psychologist so bad, because I thought that's what I was meant to do. But I realized what I do now is a path that helps people heal at a speed that I wouldn't have been able to help people with before if I did become a psychologist. If you need any additional help, you can book that in the calendar below. Watch that video, please, if you're struggling with resentment. Please, you are not serving yourself or serving the situation by holding on to that pain. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys.